Annyeonghaseyo. What's up, people? It's your girl Vdina, and welcome to another amazing episode of Vlogging with Vdina. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and opinion concerning the wonderful series Mr.Queen episode 7 to 12. I am making this video in mind that majority of my viewers are already acquainted with Mr.Queen, and most of them are already watching the ongoing series. So I'm just going to be giving you my thoughts and my opinions about it. I'm not going to be giving my usual summary and explanation of the series. This is more like a conversational manner, which I hope that my viewers could relate with and communicate with me in the comment section below. So let's get it, let's go. Now we're starting off with episode 7. Now the queen goes into a vegetative state, and I'm really excited that they showed us the how the king reacted to the queen's illness. Now, some people, when I was going through Instagram, I saw that some people were thinking that the king is actually not really a nice person, and he's not really in love with the queen, but he's in love with Jang Bo-won's consciousness. Actually, I think the opposite. I feel like the king never got to know the queen better, so he hated her because he just assumed that she's part of the king's family and all the king's family is bad. So the fact that he ran to her that night signifies that he has come to appreciate the queen and love the queen. So I don't care what you guys are saying. I believe that the king is smitten with the queen, which is Jang Bo-won in a sense though. Now, the queen is in the vegetative state. The next thing I liked very much was the scene of the cousin. Now, in my opinion, guys, the cousin needs to take a chill pill. Like, he is way too much. Like, literally, like, now I see him in this, when I see him in the episode, I kind of do like an eye roll. I'm just frustrated with him already. I just want him done. Okay, the thing is, hear me out, guys. Here's her cousin. Okay, let's say back then, cousins marry cousin or something. I don't know. But if he really had genuine feelings for the queen, he shouldn't have let her get married to the king. Now, it's none of your business if she's not happy in a marital life. Okay, let's say, okay, yes, he's unhappy that his cousin is going through some marital difficulties, but he's overstepping his boundaries now. He's making it kind of impossible for the queen and the king to have some normalcy in their marriage. He's making it kind of impossible for them to get to know each other. So when he really came into the room and caused that whole chaos, I loved how the king stood up and he was like, stop there, she's my woman. I really loved that scene, and there was something symbolic about that scene. In my opinion, the king did that scene really showed us how much of a puppet king the king is regarded. Like, how could the subject of a king have the audacity, the impunity to talk to the king in that fashion? As a matter of fact, if the cousin had ordered his men to go against the king's command or the king's word, they would have done it. That literally shows us how much the king is disregarded, and that is something I am getting tired of. I really want to see the king as a king because he's a really good dude. Okay, I'm tired of the evil people winning and stuff. Now, the next thing that I really thought that was very interesting is the fact that the Queen Dongwa, we know that the Grand Queen and the Queen Dongwa has some bad blood between them, okay? But we don't know what cursed it. Now, from the interaction between the Grand Queen and the Queen Dongwa, when she was being accused of using her diabolic means to make the queen go into vegetative state, which we all know is just a ruse for trying to incriminate her for whatever they want her to be incriminated for. The thing is that from what the conversation they had, it seemed that the Queen Dongwa's son was the previous king and he died of poison. Now, the Queen Dongwa is accusing the Grand Queen of committing murder. Now, the Grand Queen herself is trying to insinuate that the Queen Dongwa is the one who killed her son. Now the thing is, I don't believe that. Now the Queen Dongwa could be a very evil person, but the fact still remains that the previous king was her son. I refuse to believe that the woman was so evil that she actually killed her son, which is actually her card for power. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, literally, think about it. I think that the Grand Queen Dongwa murdered the previous king because he was not a king. He was a Joe. He from the Joe family. And she didn't like the fact that somebody from the Joe family was kind of overstepping their boundaries, sort of, and putting the Kim's family in their place. Because we all know that the Grand Queen Dongwa is crazy about power. She really, she is, oh my god, she's crazy for power. And that is why she put the king there, because she thought she would control him. She felt like controlling him gave her a sense of power, which it actually does. Now, the last scene of episode 7 is something really symbolic. I like the fact that the concubine was thinking that everybody in the palace wears a mask and they all have secrets. That is so true. Everybody in that palace has secrets. But now I know that the concubine has, I just choose not to believe that she's as innocent as she seems. I feel like she has a very deadly secret that the king doesn't know about, but the queen knows about. Remember when the queen, in the previous episode, the queen was about to jump into the river. She said, I am going to expose your secrets and make you watch how your loved one looks at you with hate in their eyes. So I'm so curious to know the connection between the concubine and the queen and the queen. Now, by the way, the concubine was supposed to consummate her relationship with the king that night, but it happened to be that the queen actually got into a vegetative state, and that was history. Now she has another another point of contempt for the queen, because she feels like right now the queen ruined her chances of getting intimate with the king, which I am so super duper excited about, because that concubine seems evil. Now in episode 8 we see a thirst trap for the king. Oh my god, that scene was so nice, and it was kind of refreshing to see the king in actually a situation of power, which is way different from what we've been used to. And the way the king got back into the palace and used the bunny hunting as an excuse for being out of the palace is really smart, if you ask me. I really love the part. But that communication that he had with that guy, the Grand Queen's brother, whose name is Kim Tae-won, the conversation they had actually showed us that, actually showed how much of a puppet king he is. Like, he literally is just a king for show, but the real king is Kim Tae-son and the Grand Queen Dongwa. Now, in the king goes to visit the queen, right? Meanwhile, in the whole house of the queen's house, right? And the queen is actually in her father's house. The fact that he, oh my god, I didn't like the fact that Jang Bo-won's voice left in episode 8. I got so accustomed to his voice, and the fact that when he talks, like when she acts, and his voice is actually like his voice, you guys know what I mean, right? The fact that he acted in sync was so powerful. I really love that accent. So when I saw that he lost his voice in episode 8, I was kind of sad. I missed Jang Bo-won's voice. Like, the way he said, his voice is hilarious. I live for his voice. Now the queen, I think the queen's body now is a mixture of consciousness. The queen's consciousness is there, and Bong-won's consciousness is there. So it's kind of like a mixture of two individuals sharing a body, which is so hilarious. I can't wait to see it. As all this is going on, as all this is going on, the king is actually on his way to see the queen. Now we are all thinking that he's going there to go say hi to the queen, but he's actually going there because he wants to find the ledger that contains all of the Kim's family atrocities, and I really can't wait for him to find it. Okay, I really can't wait for them to find it. That is something I'm just excited for. Now now that the queen is actually back, she's really thinking of ways and how to utilize her status, because she's getting her memories back and everything. Now she's getting the memories back and she's in her parents' home, so she's realizing certain things about the queen that we didn't know about. Now the king comes to visit the queen, and that scene where the king falls down from the well is so significant, because that was actually the starting point for us to realize, so for us to understand the life of the king and his connection with the queen and everything. The fact that he's having a trauma with a well and a queen's compound really showed that something dubious was really going on, okay? And the king seems to handle it well. The fact that he was ill and is having some traumatic memory, maybe reminder of what happened to him in the past. The king is saying that his memory is all gone, but I don't really think so, because I don't really know what part of his memory is missing and what part is actually retained. Now that we know the truth between the concubine and the prince, I want to say that, like I said earlier, I was right. Okay, I'm so glad I'm right, because the concubine is so evil. Like, literally, from a little girl, she has been eyeing. She has never been contented with what she has. Okay, starting with the fact that as a young girl, how could you impersonate somebody else? The king was clearly grateful to her because he felt like she was the one that saved him, but she did nothing. She literally was just at the right place at the right time, and the king just assumed that she was the one. The fact that she decided that to take up a person that she's not when she was still little says so much about her character. And that was why she ran over to the queen's house, because she thought the queen was actually going to expose her secret. Now I am saying that the queen did nothing wrong to her. She's just jealous, okay? Plain jealousy. I have never seen, like, just plain jealousy. And then she lies to herself, because I feel like after she knows what she has done, she's kind of twisting the fact in her own head to make it seem into her that the queen is a villain here. Girl, you're the only villain here. Get out of our screen. Nobody wants to see you and your lying self. Like, come on. Anyways, we get to see very hilarious and funny side of the queen. She's in a family home and she's not comfortable with her father or whatever, but whatever. The fact is that I really liked the interaction I saw and how she was just thinking about going back to win the Grand Queen's heart. Now, her sole purpose of going back to the palace is to win the heart of the Grand Queen and make everything just go her way. So just thinking of bribing her with different things to make her indispensable, because she doesn't want to be disposed as a queen. Now we got to see the king and the queen on a street date, and that is so, oh my god, that was so cute. I was so excited to see that. And God, especially the anti-fan spirit. Like, come on, how could you say that the anti-fan is the strongest spirit guardian? Like, come on. The way that she explained the meaning of fans and anti-fans was so funny. But one thing she said stuck out. She said anti-fans are also fans themselves. They are probably even stronger fans than fans themselves, and that is so true. Anybody who invests so much time and emotions into hating you is way more concerned about your affairs than someone who just likes you. Like, that is so true. Because if I'm gonna think about you and hate you all day long, I'm definitely all in your business. Like, I'm downloading your music, I'm streaming your videos, I am searching you up. I'm definitely doing you more good than the harm I think I'm even cussing you. So I think that's a perfect explanation for an anti-fan, and that really stuck with me. I loved seeing how he interacted with his wife, the queen, and how the date went. It was actually a wonderful scene. I was so happy with the fact that we got to see that. And yeah, then when she left him to get beaten up, that was so funny. That was so nice. And when she actually tried to steal from the robber, oh my god, it was hilarious. Okay, that was one thing I liked about that whole episode. Okay, the whole interaction between the king and the queen, it was wonderful. And the king seemed more relaxed in a family home. Okay, he seemed more relaxed, even though we know he has a mission. Now the concubine is thinking of siding with the Queen Dongwa because she feels like she's humiliated by the Grand Queen Dongwa. I'm like, what do you expect, yo? You're not a queen, you're just a concubine. So please, okay. Then episode 10 is where a lot of drama is happening. The king apparently did not find the ledger in the book and the change location of the ledger, and he kept it in the well. The king saw that, but apparently the concubine came over to the queen's house and she took it. Like literally, how you come to somebody's house, go snooping around, go to the well, and even take a ledger. Okay, I'm saying in my mind, maybe she's a good person, maybe she likes the queen, maybe she likes the king, and she's gonna use the ledger to win his heart back. Like seriously, if you are a concubine and you feel like you're losing the love of your life to his wife, which is stupid, but if you feel that way, then you should do everything in your power to make yourself seem indispensable, to make yourself more useful than the queen is. Like you should be stealing his heart, because his heart is all you have. You don't have a position, you don't have the power, you don't even have a family background. All you have is his heart. Just try to steal it, girl. So she took the ledger, and the king actually couldn't find the ledger in the well. Now he started having a trauma attack about, he started having a trauma attack, a panic attack, because, when he was younger, he was locked up in the well, and we all saw that scene, which was so emotional, and we all felt bad for the king. Now, the point is, the queen actually helped the queen, the queen actually helped the king out of the well, which is so heartwarming. The fact that she had the energy to pull the king out of the well was outstanding. Now, this is the second time that the queen has actually literally saved the king from danger, from that same well. If that king doesn't appreciate the worth of that woman, then dude, he's a doofus. Like, come on. If she literally used her, like, is it even hard to come up with a world yourself? Talking of carrying somebody on your back and they do that matter. Like, come on. Anyway, so it was a wonderful date, and now they're going back to the palace. She's excited to get back to the palace and be a dog for the queen, the grand queen, because she has a plan. And then she realizes something on her way back to the palace. The concubines, oh my god, that scene was hilarious. When she was waving at the concubines and everything, it was wonderful. Now, it seems that the king and the queen are getting closer. Their relationship is more stronger now because they'll spend more time together, and he has come to know her. He's beginning to want to understand her as a person, not as just the queen from the Kim family, which is actually in progress for our favorite couple. Now it's unfortunately though, I really hear the scene where the concubine had to side with the Queen Dongor and give her the book. Like, she literally gave her the book. I was so disappointed. Like, I expected more from her. Like, how could she do that? She gave the only thing that would give the king power to the Queen Dongwa. Meaning that she doesn't even really care about the king personally. All she just cares about is the fact that she's gonna be queen. Like, girl, wake up. Even the woman who is having the queen title doesn't even have the love of a husband. And you're killing yourself to be a queen, when you could literally just be a concubine, have some power, and have the hurt. Oh boy, she's getting me frustrated. Anyway, I feel bad for the king. The scene where the queen and the king was arguing about the concubines was hilarious. Now the king, in episode 11, the queen has gotten her concubines, and she's so excited. She's doing all the things she could do. She's going out on dates with them. She's spending quality time with them. She doesn't really bother about stuff. She only takes care of the Queen Dongor. She's giving her a face mask. She's giving her amazing food. Like, right now, she's indispensable. Now the drama is warming up. Okay, now it's time for the annual festival, and it's noteworthy that the king is actually given this opportunity to make a statement. He's working so hard, but it was so, like, the king was working so hard, literally so hard, to make that event a success. First of all, he's preparing the dishes and everything, with the cook and everything. Unfortunately, things turned out the way it did. First of all, the scene in the forest was hilarious. I love the combination between the queen and her two maid servants, Lady Chow, especially when Lady Chow went out of the palace and she was in all kind of temptation that day. Oh my god, I felt for Lady Chow, for caught Lady Chow, like literally, girl. Today is not the day. You could have temptation whenever, but not today. We need to get the Han family genealogy. That was so funny. First of all, McDonald, we get the history of McDonald, which is whoever made that joke. That was so funny. I really enjoyed that scene. The fact that the king was able to understand the queen and create all those and kind of bring a wonderful explanation for what those strange food they were eating. I just wonder if the king actually knew that the person who made all those meals was the queen, which is something I want to see. Oh my god. Now, this is my favorite part, guys. When the king actually beat up the cousin. That was my hands down the most favorite scene. Like, I love when it said, be careful. Now you know who the real owner of the palace is. That was so good. Like, somebody really needed to bring the cousin out of his high horse. Okay, I was literally tired of him. Although his actions had some consequences, I really love that scene. Okay, and when the king raised his voice and came to his son because of the royal guards, oh my god, I got some goosebumps on my fingers, on my skin, because I have never seen him act like a king before. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough for him to save his royal guards. But one thing I was thinking, guys, why didn't the queen say nothing? If the queen had said something to support what the king said, do you think that it would have been better? Do you think it would have made a difference? Like, literally, what it did to that king, it's pitiful. It's really pitiful. Like, the king really went out of his way to make a statement, to finally stand up for himself as a king. But those people just had to make his nightmare come true, and that was something that he was dreading. And then the final scene when he got into that accident, I wanted to smack the cousin. Why are you holding the queen? He was clearly calling out for the queen, and she was running to him, and then the cousin just cut her off. Like, literally, why you do that, dude? Now I'm so hooked for the next episode. Anyway, the fact that the teaser for episode 13 and 14 shows us that the king is actually going to stand up for himself and actually put the queen down, the grand queen down in her place. I am so excited for that. But the queen said something that disturbed. She said, I can't wait to betray you. Like, get up, let me betray you. Like, what is going to happen? I hope they're not going to play one of those K-drama cards of amnesia with us, okay? I want the king to remember every single moment he had with the queen, and I don't want the queen to mess up, okay? I want the king and the queen to have a happy ending. In history, the king has a sad ending, but in the drama, because it's a work of fiction, I want the king to have a happy ending, okay? I don't really... I just want him to be happy because he has gone through a lot. His whole family went through a lot in the hands of the Kim family, and the fact that he had to be a puppet king, which is the hardest thing anybody in power could be, which is something I feel pity for him. Anyway, guys, that is my opinion about this episode. Oh my god, this video is a little bit long. I really hope you guys like my opinion about the drama. Leave your opinions too in the comment section below, and share this video with your K-drama loving friends. I am so excited for Mr.Queen, and I hope that this platform could be able to unite us all, for us to be able to communicate about Mr.Queen and talk about theories and characters and whatever. Okay, I'm so excited doing this video right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video too, and support my community. Let's let it grow, please. Let's have this community of K-drama lovers here together, please. So please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you could get all my latest videos. Please stay safe out there and enjoy your week. Love you guys. It's your girl Vdina.